Myanmar denies ethnic cleansing, saying it is only fighting Rohingya terrorists who have claimed attacks on the security forces. The government has said anyone verified as a refugee from Myanmar will be allowed to return under a process agreed with Bangladesh in 1993. But many refugees are scornful. Everything was burned, even people were burned, said a refugee who identified himself as Abdullah, dismissing the chances that people would have documents to prove a right to stay in Myanmar. At the root of the problem is the refusal by Buddhist-majority Myanmar to grant citizenship to members of a Muslim minority seen by a mostly unsympathetic, if not hostile, society as interlopers from Bangladesh. Though Myanmar has not granted Rohingya citizenship, under the 1993 procedure, it agreed to take back people who could prove they had been Myanmar residents. This is still a long procedure, said the official, who declined to be identified as he was not authorized to speak to media. There were already about 300,000 Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh before the latest exodus, but Myanmar had said it would only take back those who arrived after October 2016, when a military offensive in response to Rohingya insurgent attacks sent 87,000 Rohingya fleeing to Bangladesh, subject to verification, the official said. We said that many Rohingya refugees have no documents, so this process should be flexible. Myanmar said they will decide who will get involved in the verification, the official said, adding Bangladesh wanted international agencies to be involved. Myanmar's government spokesman said under the 1993 pact, even a hospital record was enough to prove residency, but it was only Myanmar, and not Bangladesh, that could verify citizenship. Break their promise. But even if refugees had documents, many are wary about returning without an assurance of full citizenship, which they fear could leave them vulnerable to the persecution and curbs they have endured for years. Amina Khatu, 60, laughed at the thought of returning. If we go there, we'll just have to come back here, she said. If they give us our rights, we will go, but people did this before and they had to return. I don't want to go back, the 55-year-old added. I don't believe the government. Every time the government agrees we can go back, then we're there and they break their promise. Statelessness was at the root of the problem, UN High Commissioner for Refugees Filippo Grandi told a meeting in Geneva on Monday.